What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed. I am back after a semi-long absence. I had had enough of YouTube and World of Tanks and everything for a while. I'd got my first check from YouTube, AdSense, and I said, you know what? I'm taking a break. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to start a new series off and on. Of course, I understand the core group here is World of Tanks. That being said, I am going to do some other games, but I'm going to start a on and off series of Meet the Whatever on Crossout. Whatever the vehicle name is, whatever you decide to name it, however. And, you know, if you want me to put you on the channel, whatever, just let me know. I'll look up the build. Now, moving on, today's video is Meet KILLY. It's a little build I made with a harvester on the front. It is absolutely 100% hilarious. We're going to build it right now very quickly, and then, you know, we're going to go out and we're going to do a few games with it. Now, you can find this in the exhibition under the word KILLY. Just like it's spelled in the title, just like it's spelled in the thumbnail, K-I-L-L-Y. You get up in there and you check it out. It is hilarious. Now, of course, you can kind of sauce it up a little bit, put some lances on it, put some augers on the side, whatever you want to do. The world is your oyster. Now, this particular thing, you know, I said I want something fast that has a lot of armor, so that's why you're going to see a lot of Steppenwolf parts. Something you don't normally see on a Growl cabin, as the Growls are kind of suited up for light, you know, armor and weapons. In this particular case, we are going to have the improved engine, which adds 1,000 kilograms to your total carrying capacity, as well as we have Bulldog, the co-driver, can now carry 500 additional kilograms. Now, you can also kind of finesse a little bit more. You know, you can modify your tires. You know, you can even modify the cabs. You can pretty much fusion anything, you know, as long as it's rearing up. And, you know, after this, I've made a few different fusion cabs. You can even, you know, possibly get one to carry more weight or kind of haul more tonnage. It's a little different. It's a bit confusing. The total weight you can carry is a finite amount. If you add to that, you have to have wheels or some type of mobility to be able to carry that weight. So anyway, moving on, it just depends. Okay, so as you can see here, we're kind of forming up the front end here. The two small plows make this thing very nasty to deal with when you are stuck in from the front. You know, when you hit somebody with that grinder, with that harvester, you know, and you're stuck in there, they're going to be shooting you. And they can shoot at the harvester, of course, which has a lot of health, or they can try to shoot at your cab, which is directly behind those two plates. And the plates are, you know, considerable armor for each. In addition, we're putting on these APC panels on the side from the Steppenwolf faction, as well as more APC panels, because you know what? It's not worth doing, or wait, what is the saying? It's worth overdoing if it's worth doing. Anyway, that's exactly what we're going to have going on here. Now, we're going to protect the back here a little bit, and we're going to put on some rep as well. I mean, we're not going to go crazy with it. Now, guys, this is going to be equipped with a large and a small gas tank. If you are not about that gas life, you can go in there, take it off, and I think you get 430 points for the two gas tanks. I don't know. It's just a guess. You can put on all kind of weapons. You know, if you want to put shotguns, you know, more grinders, lances, spears, whatever. Go nuts. This is just to give you guys a guide, you know. I am in love with this thing. I change it a little bit all the time. The main thing is still there. You'll notice I don't run a radar. I don't really care where anybody's at. I have a good feeling where people are going to be at anyway. And you know, I'm just going to go in. Essentially with this vehicle, guys, is it's going to be so immensely fast and so immensely stable thanks to all these wheels that most of the time, if you can catch your opponent unaware, it is a wrap. The issue is, you know, if you're like me, you've never run melee builds, you have to be very cautious, because a lot of times when you go in, you end up hitting somebody so fast and so hard, you push right through them, whip your car around, and you're all out of sorts. You have to back up, pull forward, they're moving the whole time, chase them down. So what I've kind of started doing is right before impact, I kind of hit the brakes, I almost stop, and then just ease into them. Now granted, of course, I have ran into some people, you know, wide open and just completely driven right through them. I have no idea how that works, but you know what, it's not my call to make. Now moving on, as you can see here, we have 2 gas tanks underneath. We're going to put a couple of pipes here for reputation bonus, but mainly to make things look good. Now, I don't necessarily, guys, like the big boxy look. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, well, that looks pretty boxy. Yes, it looks boxy, but at the same time, it looks like something that's a heavily armored vehicle of some sort. You know, it looks kind of like, you know, something you would see in a Mad Max movie, really. Let's be honest, which is exactly what Crossout is all about. Okay, so we're just going to put a little paint here. We're on the finishing touches, and guys, you know, you could do whatever you want to this. You don't have to run it this color. I have no idea, no rhyme or reason why I'm making things the color they are. It's just, you know, something that I have to do. You know, of course, I'm going to paint the gas tanks, the pipes, things like that, silver, or excuse me, aluminum. Other than that, you know, the wheels and everything is a little bit on the random side. I am a big fan of the red moon. I frickin' love that color, in addition to the digital desert. We're going to go ahead and put some old salt on here. Love this as well. This is my primary color on gravy. I'll do a special on that later. I did do a little few videos on it earlier. Haven't ran gravy in some time. Just recently got hooked into this melee build, and I frickin' love it. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop. I enjoy this thing. Even if I don't survive, I enjoy it. Because you're always going to get in close combat with this thing. It's not the type of situation where you're going to get gunned down before you get in there, because it is crunchy. It's crunchy, and it's fast, and it's close combat-y. It's killy. That's exactly what it is. $39.95. We've got some good health there. 512. Top speed. Acceleration isn't quite maxed out, but you know what? I feel confident we'll be able to run anybody down on the battlefield. 10 wheels, plenty of wheels. And there you go. There's my co-driver skills. Guys, let's get right into a game here. It spawned me in late, of course, but you know what? We're going to make up for more than that. And like I said earlier, I'm not running any cloak on this thing, because it's so unearthly fast. Most of the time people realize, you know, I'm too close. It is already too late for them. So we're going to see if we can't line out on this gentleman right here. This is kind of my weakness here, is I end up passing a lot of people because the vehicle is so fast. Right here I've got a good lock in right there. Got nice and hooked in. Just dip the side of KILLY in the gravy river there, just to kind of say, hey, what's going on? Got a guy coming down here. We went ahead and passed him, and we said, you know what, let's go up here and try to get hooked in on this gent. He is all about getting away from us, and we are leaving big clouds of smoke as we try to run this guy down. He's trying to hit us with the jukes. Guys, if you can get on somebody's side and keep them there and push them, it is a wrap. You think augers and drusbas and all that other stuff is bad. A harvester is immensely bad. You've got about 2, maybe 3 seconds of life, depending on how awesome your vehicle is, if a harvester gets on your side. So just do not let that happen. Now, as you can see here, I've taken a good knock. A lot of damage taken right there, but you know what? That's not going to stop us. Have harvester will travel, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We accidentally pushed through there. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to change my control scheme to the race, where you actually control your velocity with the triggers. We go ahead and finish off that gent there. We are on a murderous rampage, which is exactly what this little buggy is all about. So we ended up getting some good kills there, and we're going to have one more game before the end of the video here. It's coming up right now, just to kind of show you how awesome this particular build is. Now, you know, this is going to take some practice. You're not just going to be able to drop in here and just immediately go to town, because if you haven't ran melee before, it's going to be very different for you. One, you know, as you pull up, people are going to shoot you, and there's little to nothing you can do about it except close with them. Now here we have a gent right here, just completely ran right through him, didn't even slow down, didn't lose hardly any health, or no, excuse me, we didn't lose any health, I think. Whatever. Anyway, that was kind of what I'm saying, is that sometimes you can just, you know, one-shot people somehow. I guess you have to hit him just right, what have you. Either way, he will be remembered. Moving on. So we're going to go ahead and do a good circle right here. We've got this guy pinned. The ally here is running a little bit of interference. That's fine. You know, as long as they don't block too many shots, we go ahead and run through that gent. Didn't even need to slow down on him. And now we're looking for the next target. And that's exactly what this needs to be. This needs to be, you need to be watching your radar, wondering where the next target is before this target is dead. You need to, it's kind of like, think about playing pool, billiards. You need to be lining up your next shot while you're on the current shot. And that really helps, you know, as far as in a difficult situation, it kind of, you know, helps you realize what's important at a given time. I decided to drive right by that guy because I have got my harvester knocked off. And considering that's my only weapon, I'm a little bit unarmed, but I am going to kind of hang around long enough just to get a point on their cap. Now, I am fast, and my acceleration has actually went up because I've lost, you know, the harvester, which weighs a great deal of kilograms, as well as half of my armor. So I have that blistering acceleration now that you're going to see, and I'm just getting out of dodge. I got the point. I'm going to leave and try to win the game by myself. There's not a lot I can do aside from suicide, and I'm going on flat ground. I hit a bump and I flip over. And yeah, so, you know, this, I'm putting this in here to show you guys it's very, very important to have carjacks, but at the same time, if you're like me and you don't want to spend the 80, 85 points, who cares? You know, I am okay with it. You know, if this was a combat situation, yes, I would be 100% dead. But then again, you know, most of the time, the vast majority of the time, this particular vehicle does not flip over. So we're back on our feet. I'm not really 100% sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the cap, see if there's anything I can get into, and then boom, somehow I get MVP. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We ended up doing very well that game. We killed loads of people with KILLY. Guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you guys next time.